Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome. So in this video, we are going to look at the concept of amino acid, and my name is Mukhtar Aliyu Ikara. Don't forget to subscribe, follow, and join to my YouTube community for more videos. So now, let's look at the concept of amino acid. So what is amino acid? So amino acid are the building blocks of proteins, as you can see clearly from here. That amino acid, they are like a blocks that are used to construct a protein. So that is amino acid, as you can see that they are the building blocks that join through a peptide bond to produce a protein or to form a protein. And very importantly, amino acid, as you can see, they are organic compounds that combine to form a protein. So as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, the amino acids, they are organic compound with different functional groups that join together to produce a protein. And very importantly, these amino acids, they are involved in several biological and chemical functions in the human body. So without wasting much of our time, we are going to look at the biological and the chemical functions of these amino acid in proteins. And very importantly, these amino acids, they are essential ingredient for our growth and development of human beings. So they are ingredients. We need them for our growth and development. And very importantly, there are about 300 different amino acids that occur in nature, but only 20 that are found in proteins. So as you can see, the amino acids are the building blocks of proteins. They join together to form a proteins, and they have various biological and chemical functions in the body. And some of the examples of the biological and chemical functions of these amino acids, they are very important ingredients that are important for our growth and development. And we have about 300 different amino acids, but only 20 of these amino acids that are involved in constructions or in forming proteins. So now, what are the what amino acid do? What does it do in the body? What amino acid does in the body? What does it do? So first, amino acid break down from foods. They break down from food, and they are very important for growth and the repair of body tissue. So when there is a damage in a body tissue, so these amino acids, they are used to repair wearing and tearing of our body tissues. Then at the same time, these amino acids, they provide energy in our body. So they are also used to provide energy in our body apart from the growth and the repair of body tissue. So we use them to generate energy in the body. And very importantly, these amino acids, they are used to make hormones, and uh, they are used to make hormones and neurotransmitters. So of course, we have different types of hormones. We have protein hormones, we have peptide hormones, and then we have amino acid derivatives hormones. So you have amino acid derivatives hormones, we have steroid hormones, and then we have protein hormones. So some of these hormones, they are made from amino acid, and of course the neurotransmitters, which are the biomolecules for the transmission of information from one nerve cells to another in the brain. They are called neurotransmitters, and these neurotransmitters, they are generated from amino acids, and they are also important for the production of healthy skin, healthy hair, as well as nails. So these amino acids, they are used in the formation of skin, healthy skin, hair, and nails, and they are also used to build muscles. Then very importantly, some of these amino acids, they are also important to boost or in boosting immunity. They boost our immunity, they increase the intensity of our immunity, and also very importantly, they also support digestive health. So these are the different functions of amino acid in our body. So now let's look at the different structure of these let's look at the different structure or the structure of the amino acid itself. So generally, amino acid, ladies and gentlemen, it has a central carbon, and the central carbon is called alpha carbon. So this is the alpha carbon. And as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, it has two different functional groups. We have amino group, and then we have carboxylic group. So these are the two different functional groups that are found in amino acid, and they have what you call an R side chain. And this R side chain is variable across different amino acid. Like for example, if R is equal to H, so the amino acid is glycine. And if R is equal to CH3, it means that you will replace this R with CH3, so it's alanine. So generally, amino acid has a central structure, and this is a central structure. We have hydrogen, we have parasite group, we have carboxylic group, and then finally amino group. So now, what are the classification of amino acid based on nutritional requirement? So amino acid are classified based on nutritional requirement. We have essential amino acid, we have non-essential amino acid, and then we have conditionally essential. So essential amino acids, they are amino acids that they cannot be made by the body. They must come from the food, that is from our diet. So we get them from our diet. And this is the list of them. We have histidine, isoleucine, leucine, lysine, methionine, phenylalanine, threonine, tryptophan, and valine. So these are the essential amino acids that we cannot synthesize them in our body, but we must get them from our diet that we are taking. And the non-essential amino acids, they are essential, they are amino acids that we produce them in our body. Our body can synthesize them. We have examples of them: alanine, arginine, asparagine, aspartic acid, cysteine, glutamic acid, glutamine, glycine, choline, serine, and tyrosine. So these are the different examples of a non-essential amino acid. And then we have conditionally essential amino acid. So these amino acids, they usually required during illness and stress. So we get them during illness, or we require them during illness and stress. So that is why they are called conditionally essential. So we have arginine, we have cysteine, we have glutamine, we have tyrosine, glycine, choline, and serine. So these are conditionally essential amino acid. So then we have classification of amino acid by their side chain. We have those amino acids that are non-polar, that is those that have hydrophobic heads, and examples of them we have glycine, alanine, valine, leucine, isoleucine, methionine, and proline. So these are the examples of non-polar amino acids, ladies and gentlemen. We have aromatic amino acids, which are relatively non-polar. So we have some amino acids that have aromatic side chains where we have phenylalanine, tyrosine, tryptophan. And then we also have positively charged, we have basic amino acid. So the basic amino acid, we have lysine, arginine, and histidine. And then we have polar but uncharged. Polar but uncharged amino acid, but they have hydrophilic heads like serine, threonine, cysteine, asparagine, and glutamate. So these are the non-polar uncharged amino acid. And then we have negatively charged amino acid, those that have negatively charged, and we have aspartic acid and glutamic acid, and or you can also call them acidic amino acid. So we have aspartic acid and we have glutamic acid. So now the next thing is, of course, the classification of amino acid based on their metabolic fate. So number one, we have ketogenic amino acid. So ketogenic amino acid, they are amino acids that can be converted into ketone bodies, and examples of them, we have leucine, and then we have lysine. So leucine and lysine are amino acids that can be converted into ketone bodies. So that is why they are called ketogenic amino acid. And then we have glucogenic amino acid. They are amino acids that can be converted into glucose through the process called gluconeogenesis. And then for the ketone bodies or ketogenic amino acid, the ketone bodies are generated through ketogenesis. So examples of glycogenic amino acid, we have alanine, as you can see from here, and then glycine. So these are the examples of glycogenic amino acid. And then we have amino acids that are both ketogenic and glucogenic. That is, they can be used for synthesis of ketone bodies and glucose. So you have phenylalanine and tryptophan. So these are the classification of amino acid based on their metabolic fat. So ladies and gentlemen, this is where we are going to stop. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe, follow, and join my YouTube community for more videos. See you next. Bye bye.